Welcome back, grade twos. Today is Friday. You're on your last day of doing math at home for this week. And I have lots of great activities when you come back next week that we will do. We are going to start talking about weight, okay? And weight means how much something weighs. So we were talking before Christmas about if I were going to tell someone about our desks in the classroom that you guys sit at. And remember, I was going to tell somebody in Australia what the desks were like. And do you remember you described the color, that they're black around the sides, they're brown on top. We said they had 4 legs. We said that there was a part that you could put things in and it would hold it. And that's where we started talking about length. So we said, how would I tell someone in Australia how long or how tall are our desks? And some of us said, well, they're short, but we said, but short to you versus short to an adult are different, right? For you, when you stand beside a desk, it comes up higher in your body than me, or maybe you, like when I think of one of our dads to stand up, the desk would seem very short. So we decided and we discovered that we could tell someone how long something is based on meters or centimeters, that everyone around the world, if I said I was 2 meters tall, they would know exactly how tall that is. The same as if we were to take the desk and I wanted to tell them how heavy our desks are. Well, what could I use to describe? Because if I lift it up, and maybe when you guys lift up the desk, it feels heavy. But I bet if a man came in our classroom and lifted the desk up, he would think it was probably a lot lighter than we do. So how could I tell someone in Australia how heavy our desk is? And we're going to learn another standard unit that everybody around the world can know. And that is 1 kilogram. Okay? And I have a kilogram weight. Next week when you come in, I'm going to let you hold your own kilogram weight so you can feel how heavy a kilogram is. It's fairly heavy. I wouldn't say it's a feather. It definitely weighs down my arm a little bit when I hold it. And we write kilogram like this. So 1 kilogram. We can also write it like this. 1 and then kg is the abbreviation or the short form. I'll turn my board a little bit so you can see that. Okay, so 1 kilogram is 1 kg. So if I told them how many kilograms our desk weighs, somebody in Australia, somebody in China, they would all know how heavy that is. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to start measuring things in 1 kilogram. Okay, is how we're going to get started with that. Okay, so we have our 1 kilogram. Now, what I need you to do is I need you to pause the video if you don't have your textbook, so you get your textbook, and we're going to open to page 67 in our textbook. So grab your textbook, open to page 67. Okay, now on page 67 we have presents. And we have boxes with letters on them. So we have presents on the top, which I'm sure we've all just gotten a chance to open some presents. And the presents are on something. Do you know what those are called? Those are called scales. And we have them here in the classroom. And again, next week, when you're back in the classroom, we're going to get to use these. So everyone will have a scale, and we're going to do some measuring, okay? But let's talk about what's on the scale to begin with. So we always have a 0. And that's where, when we don't have anything on the scale, it should always be at 0. And then we have numbers. Now you have to know, what are the numbers? Well, in the middle of the scale, do you see where it says kg? That tells you, it's telling us how many kilograms each thing is. So we go around, we see 1 kilogram, 2 kilogram, 3 kilogram, 4 kilogram, all the way around. So the green and blue present, who can tell me how many kilograms would that scale weigh? It could weigh 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what happens if the needle came all the way back up to the top? That would be 6. So this scale could weigh up to 6 kilograms. What about the purple present? Or let's see how many that one would weigh. 1 kilogram, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if the needle went all the way back up to the top again, it would be 10. So this one can weigh up to 10 kilograms. So you want to know and look at your scale. Now for parents, don't worry about getting into what's the lines in between the big numbers because I'm going to go over that next week with them. We'll talk about grams. Okay, so just worry about measuring in kilograms right now to the nearest kilogram. Okay, so as we are measuring, we have two presents here. Okay, now who can tell me which present is heavier? Okay, so which present is heavier? Well, let's look at the green and blue one. Who can tell me how heavy is this present? Can you look at the scale? It's 4 kilograms. What about our purple present? Can you look? How many kilograms is our purple present? It is 6 kilograms. So which one's heavier? The green one or the purple? The purple is heavier. Now you'll notice the purple, it looks like the needle doesn't go as far. This one's further over, but remember, this one only measured 6 kilograms, where this one measures 10. So the numbers are closer together, right? So it looks like that, okay? Now, if I asked you, what's the total weight of both presents? If I put both presents together on a scale, how much would they weigh? 4 and 6 make 10. So both presents together make 10 kilograms. So I could only use this scale over here because this one goes up to 10. This one only goes up to 6, so I couldn't do that one, okay, that it goes up to. And the other thing is down below on this page, we have boxes. We have box A, box B, and box C. So I want you to look down and I want you to see how much each box weighs. Can you do that? Box A weighs 1 kilogram. What about box B? Can you tell me how much box B weighs? 4 kilograms. And if I look at box C, how much does box C weigh? 5 kilograms. Great. Now let's answer the questions. The first one says, which package is the heaviest? Which one's the heaviest? A, B, or C? C is the heaviest because it's 5 kilograms. Which package is the lightest? Which one hardly weighs anything? It's the lightest one. Which one? A, because it's only 1 kilogram. And if I asked you, what's the total weight of all 3 boxes? So we did 1 plus 4 plus 5 is 10 again. All 3 packages weigh 10, just like our presents up above, that they all together weigh 10 kilograms. And just like when we were measuring length, we put centimeters or meters, you have to remember to put kilograms. You can't just say the box B is 4. For what? 4 kilograms. Okay? So your work for today in your workbook, we're going to open up to exercise 29. Now, the first 2 questions we're going to do in class next week because they're activities that we need our scales and we need to be in the classroom to do. So we're going to do 1 and 2 next week. So leave those, but you're going to start at question number 3. And instead of comparing presents, you're going to compare fruit. You've got banana, you've got papaya, and grapes. So you're going to do question 3, and then when you flip over the page, you're going to finish exercise 29. You're going to do all of 4. You're going to look at the scale and tell me how much each item weighs. Okay, so finish that today, and we will see you back in the classroom to do the activities with the scales on Monday.